Spend a lot of time daydreaming. People have made comment to that effect, telling you that you're self-involved and self-centered. But they don't know, do they? About the long night shifts alone, the years of keeping yourself company, all the nights you wrapped your arms around yourself so you could imagine someone holding you, the hours of indecision, self-doubt, the blinding hate, the rage that made you stagger.
The past holds all of your mistakes and humiliations. The future holds whatever you can make it.
I'm back. Some of you guys definitely read that post. It's been a theme of this channel. It's been a theme of my life, really. Sui ideation, okay? I am melancholic. I suffer from melancholia. It is It's a disposition, okay? It's not mental illness, okay? This whole psychological bibble babble is just poo-pooing the fact that people are born with different minds, with stronger or weaker dispositions towards certain feelings or emotions or lack thereof, and a lot of people don't take into account suffering at a very young age and suffering throughout life and what that does to the mind. I shared some pages of Schopenhauer's book, Counsels and Maxims. I encourage you to read the things I underline because that is myself, that is my mind. I relate to that greatly. Hyperborea Knowledge did a video where it's not bad to be, suffer from angst or depression or melancholy, to be, cynical in nature. A lot of great thinkers, those that are introspective, that ponder more than just the base and trivial things of reality, that are not so focused on carnality and sensual pleasure, they see behind the veil. They see this world for what it really is. And if you're not aware, it's not this happy-go-lucky place. We have in the West. It seems really only to be in the West, in the U.S. of A., that we have to lie to each other. We have to lie and uphold this narrative, this reality. That other countries are just they don't care. It's not necessary. Trouble, turbulent times, sorrow, boredom. These are all things that are just normal parts of a human's life. We truly are like this clown type spectacle to the rest of the world. If you're here, you're pretty much trapped here. You're stuck here. This is like a cage. It's like an open air prison. And anyone that sees, like I said, the lies, the show, the facade for what it is and calls it out, and no longer dons a smile, no longer goes along to get along, no longer allows themselves to be trampled underfoot, whether it be verbally or physically or emotionally. You are outcasted. You are made to feel inferior. You are made to feel like there's something wrong with you. You are told that there is something wrong with you. And the narrative all throughout is that you are mentally ill. Anyone that's been following this channel knows my life, if you ever cared to listen. And I don't need to keep going over it, but it's been one of suffering. It's been one of neglect. It's been one of no guidance. Okay, it's been one of being labeled and diagnosed and prescribed things as a band-aid to what the real issue was, which was, listen to me. I am of sound mind. I can tell you what the problem is. And if you just listen, if you just stopped being so selfish, so inverted, so, you're a projectionist, right? You desire me to be a certain way, and anything else will not do. My individuality, my unique mind, my unique outlook, my predispositions emotionally, these don't matter. And it was because of this that I have turned out the way I am. Why would I want to be a part of a society? Why would I want to be a part of a family? Why would I want to be involved with people that cannot see me for who I am? Like I said in my post, the only time people like me is when I just sit there and I listen to them. And I, make sure to recite what they say so they know I'm listening, that I'm not just, doing what most guys do to women. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, yeah, yep. Just listening to them, just like kind of, I'm there, man, I'm present. People like that. But I rarely, if ever, receive the same. And it grows I grow weary of that. I grow tired of that because, I'm a person. I have desires. I have needs. Right? The Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Above food and shelter is relationships, man. I have needs as a human being. I refuse to be relegated to a human doing. I will not. I don't care. Oh, wow, you're built. Wow, you're competent in the trades. Wow, you're, verbose. Wow, you actually care about people. We're gonna use you and abuse you. Fuck you. So yes, how I am seen, how I am treated, and my current circumstances weigh heavily, especially at the end of the day. I do everything I can to fight these thoughts. I do everything I can to occupy my time. I do everything I can to be sane, to not crash out. But when the world and the people around you strip you of your individuality and they try to put you into some mold, some box you were never meant to fit in, right? A triangle and a square and a round peg. It's never gonna work. You gotta shave the edges off, and that's what they've been trying to do. They've been trying to just shave me down. No. If you were to be shaved down, it's your character, it's your mind, it's your mentality that's to be shaved down. All the junk, all the excess that keep you from being you, that keep you from pursuing the things that you are innately good at, that you innately care about. If there's to be any shaving, it's that. And I've made a conceited effort in my life to do that for myself, since no one else is seemingly capable. I'm an intense man. Life has made me so. And unfortunately in the West, there's nothing but a lot of little ninnies. Fucking stupid ass stink bugs everywhere. Fucking retards. Yeah. No one could do it for me, so I did it for myself. No strong masculine influences. In fact, masculinity is pretty much dead. And if you are masculine, you will be, trampled, stamped out. Oh yeah, they'll silence you. They don't want to see you. They don't want to see your bone structure. They don't want to see your musculature. They don't want to see your carrying yourself a certain way, interacting with people a certain way. They don't want to see it. They want you to be femboy, twink-maxed, little trony pony. Won't do it, man. Won't do it. So as far as yesterday, we We woke up today still feeling like shit. But we rolled on out of bed, what I call bed, and we started doing something. And what am I doing? I am building a fort, doing a little bushcrafting. I met someone, this homeless man I was talking about, who's going to rehab. He may be coming back. I will prepare something for him. I will prepare a place to stay. It gives me something to do. It gives me something to do with my hands, something to do with all this energy that I do have and will continue to have, as I am not a low T. I don't suffer from a decline in testosterone. I'll show it eventually, but if anyone's watched Corporal's Corner, it's pretty much like that. I also am becoming a bit more self-sufficient, realizing that, you know what, I can do my own laundry. Get a little soap, put in some water that you find down at the local creek, and wring those clothes out, and put them on a clothesline, let them dry. Come winter time, big old roaring fire, put those clothes nearby, let that heat just evaporate that water off, and boom, it's possible. I'm seriously thinking, I don't know for sure, but like I said, I've given myself a month. And in that month, something may happen. But if something doesn't happen, I'll either be sticking it out here, or I'll be leaving. Everyone's telling me, leave, man, leave. There's nothing here for you. There's nothing there. There's nothing out there for me either. Just the same old shit. Okay, it's the problem with the expat community. Oh, I'm just gonna go to another place, and you're gonna take yourself with you, and all you're gonna see is some new scenery. The people don't change. Human nature stays the same. There's just some traditions and a different culture. Outside of that, if you are unable to assimilate, unable to learn the language, it's actually going to be a little bit more difficult for you. Now, sure, there's nothing wrong with traveling. There's nothing wrong with, experiencing new cultures and seeing new landscapes. But to just, plant yourself elsewhere and think that things are going to be better, I'm here to tell you, that's copium. Remember, a little copium tank, dragged along. Most people got them. As soon as they need a reprieve from this realm. I mean, every time, dude, every time. So, I refuse. I am sober-minded. I am of sound mind and body. Just wanted to give this little update. The mind is a bit better. It just, you get into these sloughs. Okay, and just because I say that the only exit is to end it, doesn't mean I'm gonna end it. What sound-minded, logical, rational being does not understand that the only way out of your suffering is by your own hand? Know what to tell you, dude. Don't know what to tell you. There's no way to escape this shit-ass existence unless you want to do it. You want to do it, you can do it. But this ain't the 70s, this ain't the 50s, this ain't the 30s, where you're just gonna put the little bag on and just start hitchhiking, and things are gonna work out. Now, I'm not fearful that someone's gonna do nothing to me, but let's be honest with ourselves. It's you can't even look online and find opportunities. You just can't. Can't find a job. You quite literally just have to go places and hope for the best. And I have very little faith in humanity, if any, at this point. I have no hope in this world. And so to do that would be such a last-ditch effort, which again is why I'm giving myself one more month. I'm gonna, make the most of my time, make the most of this, decent weather in October. I mean, how crazy is that? Oh God, these stupid bugs. I mean, how crazy is that, dude? It's like, I'm still sitting here in a muscle shirt, okay? Still sitting here. Yeah, no, still sitting here. It's beautiful out. The leaves are falling. It's one of my favorite times of the year, man. Fall, it just has to be one of my favorite times. Winter, hate it. Hate it, despise it. Won't. Especially New York winters. New York has been very strange. We are, most bipolar when it comes to weather. One day it'll be like, 60, 70 degrees, beautiful. Next day it's like, 30 or 40 degrees and it's freaking, hailing or sleeting. And you're just like, what the? And, the meteorologists, they never get it right. People are like, oh, what's the weather going to be like? I don't even know, man. I don't know why you check the weather app. You ain't going to get anything sound from that. So, I just look up in the sky, and if I see clouds, I see, dark clouds in the distance, then I start preparing for rain. If I start smelling it in the air, I know it's coming. If it's no clouds, nothing to be seen, I still, I believe in this motto: proper preparation prevents poor performance. So I'm always thinking ahead. There's not a time where it's like, oh, okay, it's supposedly it's going to be nice, so I can just dick off, whatever. I don't got to cover nothing up. I don't have to, prepare in any way. Nope. I'm always prepared ahead of time so that when it does happen, I'm prepared. I'm not sitting out there in the rain or the snow like a dumbass trying to shore something up quickly. Like, no needless suffering like that required. So this is a time of rest. This is a time of peace, as I am in a new location, thank the Lord. Because where I was at, I could not do anything. I couldn't make any noise. I couldn't, really set myself up in terms of how I'm doing it now. And I don't really care. I could show this setup or whatever if you guys care. But yeah, no, I'm able to actually do something and kind of live in an old world type of life. Like I have told you, I am old world in thinking. That does not jive in modern society. Modernity is not appreciative of the old ways. They've done they've done everything that they could to dismantle that, and reprogram and fortify and not fortify in people's minds that this is the way it is. This is the new normal, and you will adapt, or you will be cast out. And a majority of people, they're just so desirous of comfort. They're so desirous of the money and the ability to cope, however they do it, whether it be alcohol, drugs, going out, being debauch, living a debauched lifestyle. They're so focused on the accumulation of wealth and assets that they can't unplug. They can't appreciate the old world ways. In fact, they hate it because they know what would happen. And this is just the way it is with, truth in general, or conspiracy theory, right? Theory in general is once you accept one thing, you got to start accepting all of it. Okay, I mean that's just how it goes. You can't just accept it a little bit. Some people do it, but eventually you're gonna be a fence sitter, right? You're gonna be lukewarm. So it's all or nothing. You're either gonna accept it, one way of thinking, or you're gonna completely reject it. And that's what we have nowadays. We've got people that are, pseudo-intellectuals, that they kind of feign to care, they feign to acknowledge certain things, but ultimately they are fully on one side. And I have, rejected this new modernity, this technocracy, and I have gone to the old ways. And I have found peace and sanctuary in the old ways, even though, again, I am alone, I am isolated. And there is great reason for that. Again, to read the last post. People don't care about me. All throughout my life, if I wanted to keep up the appearances and enjoy some requisite of comfort, I would have had to have just shut my mouth. I would have never been able to say anything that was on my mind. I could never complain. I could never, make light of the many things that I'm aware of and the direction of this country. I can't question people. I can't question authority. I can't, call someone out on nonsense and bullcrap, because again, you lose opportunities, you lose relationships if you do that. And I say these things logically. I mean, it's a logical deduction that if I had kept my mouth shut, I would have kept these things. But knowing myself, eventually I would have, all this stuff would have pent up, and I would have been like a loose cannon. One of these days I would have erupted. So It wasn't ever anything that I was going to be able to do, but it's still something that I was, you know, pondering. It was, you know, going about in my mind that night. And so I wrote it out because I believe being transparent is healthy, as when you accumulate an audience, eventually someone's going to relate. And when you can relate to someone, you don't feel alone, even though you may be alone. Okay, I mean, it's why I go to the old people that write older literature, stuff like that. I like older movies because, you know, I can relate to these people. I don't feel so isolated in mind. It's like, wow, so there have been other people that have experienced and gone through and triumphed under the same circumstances, under, you know, the same predispositions of mind. Now, I use some big words. I don't feel like dumbing myself down. Okay, you go to the kind of the peak, the Victorian age of this country, man. The words I'm using are juvenile. They're nothing. Okay, I mean, they were speaking Old English. They were speaking condensed. I mean, it would have been amazing to see the education of those times, if you were, you know, of the upper echelon, of the higher class, of the higher orders. But even if you weren't, if you're just a pleb, most people were not speaking, you know, Ubonics like we are today, you know, just shortened little abbreviations and meme language, you know, meme culture. It just didn't exist back then. I mean, it's everything about today is just disappointing, and I really do everything in my power to further myself from that, right? To separate myself from that, and to be a cut above, because I desire to, you know, to climb the ladder. I'm not going to be able to climb no corporate ladder. I'm not going to be able to climb the financial ladder, but I can climb the ladder within myself, and I can reach towards standards and reach towards things that at one point in time would have been, you know, applauded, praised. And now he's just looked down upon, is frowned upon. You know, who are you? You know, you're just some smart aleck, some smart ass. Whatever. But, you know, little update. Don't want you guys to think I, you know, did anything crazy. This is just the nature of my life, man. Okay, I mean, you cannot be in the position that I'm in. You cannot look at the landscape of America. You cannot look at this current generation and think, wow, man, this is just awesome. You know, most people they choose, they're in this position out of choice, and when you're thrust into it, you can't expect to be, you know, happy. You can't expect to be like overjoyed, like, and all grateful and stuff. Like, you're pretty much forced to be grateful. You're forced to find the good, but you're still gonna, at the end of the day, possibly get worn out. The cloud of despair is going to come. It's going to come to collect. And it's those times where, you know, I will post. And I was happy for the comments and the kind words, because it helps you get through those things, you know. But that's all I got to say, guys. Peace out.